You bitch!
Liar! Miranda would never...
Slamming me against the concrete wall. At midnight, my soul floated out of the basement. My bedroom door was shoved open. My brother Scott barged in, scoffing when he didn't see me.
Aren't you a little old to be playing hide and sneak and throwing tantrums?
Normally, I would have argued back, but this time, I just floated beside him, unable to make a sound. Scott called my phone. It went unanswered. He casually flipped through the journal on my desk. There was only one thing written inside, 99, the number of times they had let me down over the years. Scott didn't get it. He frowned, tossed the journal onto the floor, and left a voicemail.
Stop with the stupid games. Miranda wants your homemade cookies, so get back here and make them for her.
It's her graduation day.
Don't you dare ruin it! Get home within the hour, and I'll forgive you.
Scott pocketed his phone and returned to the living room.
Chelsea's not in her room, and she's not answering her phone. She always does this.
We've spoiled her. No one contact her this time. Let's teach her a lesson. She can cool off on her own, and she'll come crawling back tomorrow.
Miranda drifted over, her face a mask of concern.
Dad, don't say that. What if something really happened to Chelsea? Maybe I should text her. You know, Chelsea and I are so close.
She lowered her eaves. I watched as she pulled out her phone, her slender fingers tapping on the screen. Hope you enjoyed getting marked up by those rogues. Who are you screwing now? The forearm pressed to my throat. Party was a blast, by the way. Thanks for not showing up. It would be so much better if you'd just drop dead. After sending it, she deleted the message and typed a new one.
Sister, are you okay? We're all so worried about you. Rawls, you ride it with you. If you're mad at us, just take it out on me. Please, just come home.
She held the phone up for everyone to see. What a perfect portrait of a caring, considerate sister. Mom pulled her into a hug, her voice dripping with sympathy.
You're always so kind, Miranda. This has nothing to do with you. Chelsea is just being immature.
Immature? A bitter laugh escaped my ghostly form, though no one could hear it. In their eyes, it was always Miranda. Who'd even remember today was my Distinguished Service Award, only given once every 2 years? Knowing they'd all celebrate her graduation, I told them not to come to my ceremony. I never tried to compete with Miranda for their affection, but just as I was about to leave for the ceremony, the front door crashed open. 3 rogue wolves. They moved fast.
Get your hands off me!
One already had my wrist locked behind my back. He kicked, connected with someone's shin. He swore and shoved me into the wall. My shoulder hit the door frame. They dragged me to the basement.
How did you get a key to our house?
One of the men dangled a keychain in front of me. It was Miranda's.
Your precious little sister handed it over. Said you're expendable, since Mom and Dad only care about her anyway.
The little silver keychain she'd had since she was 12. I'd recognize it anywhere. My blood ran cold.
You bitch!
Liar! Miranda would never...
Slamming me against the concrete wall, forearm pressed to my throat.
Don't bother struggling. You're not leaving this basement today.
I won't tell anyone, I promise. Please just don't kill me.
In the end, they ignored my pleas, pinned me down, violated me, and bit my neck raw, taking countless photos amidst their foul taunts. Fought with all my might, and in the struggle, my head slammed against the corner of a table. Blood gushed out instantly. Terrified, I fled. I summoned the last of my strength, dragging myself across the floor to my phone, and tried to call...
Mom.
Every werewolf senses mortal danger in family through the pack bond, yet they all thought I was just seeking attention. Not only did they decline my calls, but they even sent me a message. Faking suffocation again? Drop the act. Your father and I don't have time for your drama. We've already severed our pack link to you. Only my mate, Ryan, picked up.
Help me. Ryan, I'm dying.
Chelsea, cut the drama. This is Miranda's big day. There's a limit to your attention seeking. I already told you I'd make it up to you with a graduation present.
But, Ryan, I was already dying. A bitter smile touched my lips. Too bad. You'll never get the chance to make it up to me. Within 24 hours, the stench of decay will start to drift from the basement no one ever enters. Miranda always said she wished I were dead, so no one would compete with her for your love. Now, her wish has come true. My spirit was trapped in the living room, forced to watch their cozy family scene. My father, usually an early sleeper, stayed up, sitting with Miranda as she opened graduation gifts. My mother was picking out stunning dresses online, promising a whole new wardrobe for Miranda's trip.
Mom, I already have so many clothes. My closet is full.
Then we'll put them in Chelsea's room. She's always so focused on her duties. She never buys new clothes anyway. She doesn't need the closet space.
Is that okay? Chelsea will be upset.
Miranda, you don't have to be so timid. This is something Chelsea should do for you as her older sister.
Scott sat nearby, diligently shelling pistachios for Miranda. I couldn't say a word, just watching the warm scene unfold. Turns out, a spirit can cry. The warmth was theirs. The loneliness was mine.
But Chelsea's still not back. And she's not replying to my texts. Is she still mad at us? I feel so terrible with her not here.
At the sound of Miranda's voice, the three of them finally shifted their attention from her and remembered me. Dad frowned instinctively.
Don't mind her. She just wants us to revolve around her. When will she ever grow up?
Mom's face showed a flicker of impatience.
It's just a distinguished service award. They give one out every 2 years. Do you know Miranda's college graduation only happens once? Why must she throw a tantrum on a day like this?
Mom, don't say that. Chelsea will be sad if she hears you. She had to practically beg for that award. Oh, did I just say that out loud?
I knew Miranda was never innocent. Growing up, my grades were always better than hers. Yet even with Mom, Dad, and Scott wrapped around her finger, Miranda would still make up lies about me plagiarizing. Dad never questioned it. He just beat me. I'd long told myself I'd find my mate someday and finally know what it felt like to be someone's first choice. Just once. 2 years with Ryan, and his heart still drifted to Miranda. I should have been sad. Maybe I was just numb. My soul was too numb to feel pain. The housekeeper brought out a platter of desserts, all of them Miranda's favorites. Naturally, they stopped talking about me.
Miranda, college must have been tough. Here, eat more of your favorites.
She smiled brightly, boasting about her achievements in college. She'd already landed an internship at a top investment bank on Wall Street. Her future was boundless. Dad and Scott listened, showering her with praise, and I just floated silently to the side. The clock struck 1 a.m. I still hadn't appeared.
Caught. Save this for Chelsea. She can have it when she's done with her tantrum and comes back. Let's not have her think we only favor Miranda. See? We saved some for her.
I stared at the tart slices, feeling nothing. Scott thought for a moment, then reached for the plate. Suddenly, Miranda shrieked and snatched her hand back from where it rested near a gift.
Mom! It hurts! This gift, it's silver!
Dad, Mom, and Scott immediately rushed to her side. Seeing the red, burn-like mark on Miranda's palm, they panicked.
We weren't around any humans at the party? Which werewolf would send a gift made of silver? That gift box, is that Chelsea's?
Mom, please don't blame Chelsea. The gift was on my bedside table this morning. I'm just happy she was willing to give me a present.
I knew it. That's why she's been dragging her feet and not coming home. She was plotting to hurt Miranda!
How could I have such a vicious sister?
Enough! Stop arguing and get Miranda to the pack healer!
Dad kicked the gift box, the one Miranda had stolen from my room, and slammed his hand on the table in fury.
We're out of gauze. I'll get some from the basement.
Miranda's eyes darted around. She grabbed Scott's arm.
Don't go! The healer will have gauze. It hurts so much.
If Scott had taken 1 step closer to the basement, he would have smelled the overwhelming stench but it was not to be. At Miranda's words, the family hurried away, leaving only my spirit floating in the empty living room. I wanted to scream that I hadn't done anything, but I could no longer speak, and I knew that even if I could, they would never believe me. So be it. The housekeeper, hearing the commotion, came out to clean up the mess and sighed.
Miss Chelsea, why do you never learn to protect yourself?
My spirit floated back to my room. Seeing the journal on my desk, a flood of memories washed over me. When I was 10, our family held the decennial bloodline awakening ceremony. That day would determine every cub's future status and power within the pack. Scott was first. His wolf form was pure black, a symbol of power and future leadership. Dad looked at him with undisguised pride. When it was Miranda's turn, her wolf was a rare Snow White, possessing a natural aura of peace that calmed all the pack members around her. Mom held her, calling her the family's treasure. Not wanting to disappoint my parents, I stepped onto the awakening platform filled with anticipation. But when my wolf form appeared, everyone fell silent. My wolf was just an ordinary gray wolf. No special abilities, no rare coat color, so plain that I would be lost in a crowd of pack members. From that day on, I became the family's common one, someone not worth investing resources in. Even after I achieved the highest academic honors, they still believed bloodline determined everything. Scott and Miranda enjoyed all the favoritism and resources, and I, like my wolf's bloodline, was ordinary, expendable. My spirit followed Miranda to the healer's clinic. Before long, my mate Ryan burst in. He rushed straight to Miranda's side, grabbing her hand and anxiously examining the red mark on her palm.
How did this happen? What did the healer say?
Ryan, don't be like this. It's not Chelsea's fault. She probably just wanted to surprise me and forgot for a moment that we werewolves can't touch silver.
The more understanding she acted, the darker Ryan's face grew.
Chelsea? Where is she hiding now?
Miranda, don't be sad.
I'll make sure to teach her a lesson for you.
We hadn't completed our mate bond, so he couldn't sense my death, much less know that I was right beside him, watching him in silence. After leaving the clinic, Ryan called my phone. When it went unanswered, he left a message.
Chelsea, how could you be so vicious, using silver to harm your own sister? I always thought you were kind, but you'd do something like this out of jealousy. I was on my way to give you your award gift. It's a family heirloom, a pendant to congratulate you. But now, you don't deserve it. Consider this your punishment.
You'd better pray Miranda is okay. Otherwise, consider our mate bond ceremony canceled.
I listened to his accusations, my heart too weary to even feel a thing. I should have known long ago.
I am the High Princess of the Phoenix clan. I poured all my power into my childhood sweetheart Caspia, to be my husband and the next Dragon King. But in return, a blade plunges through my chest.
Caspian, why? If you hadn't forced me to marry you, Isolith wouldn't have suffered.
He kicked me to the ground, holding his childhood sweetheart.
I only faked loving you, just to rip out your magical core for her.
Then he reaches into my chest bit and pulls out my magical core. Through fading eyes, I watch him place my core into Isolde's palm, like a gift. Just as I thought I was dead, the pain vanished. I snap my eyes open, drenched in cold sweat.
Florence, have you decided who to marry?
That voice, the king. I was reborn back to the day I chose my husband. I look at my father and say,
Father, I think...
King!
Before I can finish, Caspian drops to his knees with a dramatic...
I know Florence loves me, but Isoleth is my only true love.
The crowd gasps. The king's face turns to stone. Everyone in this room knows what I represent. I am the Phoenix Princess. The only one. Isolde is just a little bird. During the Great War, eggs were lost. My parents brought Isolde back by mistake. Thought it was me. Until decades later, I returned home. My parents learned of her true identity, but my mother was kind and let her stay as a princess. Caspian's words didn't just insult me. His words as to humiliate the whole country. In an instant, the people in the palace began to whisper among themselves. His words just now insulted the entire kingdom. But Caspian isn't finished.
I know Florence can't live without me, so I'll be generous. I'll let her be my mistress. She should be grateful Isolde is kind enough to share.
How dare you! Isolde is nothing but a fake phoenix. How dare she compare herself to my daughter?
Hearing this, Caspian didn't calm down. Instead, he looked at me with resentment.
What are you waiting for? Don't you want to marry me more than anything?
Here's your chance. Just say yes. You've stolen so much from Isolde already. She's kind enough to let you share me with her. You should be on your knees thanking her.
I looked at him with a cold smile. New kings must survive the heavenly lightning to transform into dragons. Is the dragon bloodline weakened? Without a real Phoenix princess, no one would live through it. Phoenix's power purifies their blood, shields them from death. The princess doesn't just pick a king. She makes one. The king's palm slapped Caspian's face. Then he turned to me.
Florence, whatever you want to do with him, do it. Just don't let his stupidity drive you away.
Caspian staggers from the slap. Even in this situation, that arrogant face creeps back. He looks at me like he already knows what I'll say. Like I'm a dog that will always come back. In my past life, this is where swallowed my pride, smiled through the pain and chose him. I gave him everything. My magic, my core, my life. Not this time. I lift my chin and look past him, as if he's not even there. I look at the king.
Father, I have already decided.
Now everyone looks at me, including Caspian. I step toward the king and take his hand. Slowly, I write a name in his hand. Then I lean close and use magic to whisper my plan directly into his mind. The king's eyes flicker. Then he nods.
Since you are so sure, I will arrange the wedding.
He turns to Caspian.
Do not go out before the wedding!
This is my last chance for you. Reflect on what you've done.
As ordered, Your Majesty.
A smug smile crawls across Caspian's face. His eyes say everything.
I knew she'd agree. She always does.
He thinks the wedding is for him. I don't correct him. I let my gaze drift to the far corner of the hall. A young man stands there, half hidden in shadow, sharp, quiet eyes, a pair of small black naga horns on his head, and he's looking at me. And the moment our eyes meet, he looks away. Then the king sends everyone away except him. They speak privately for a few minutes. When I leave the palace, Caspian is waiting outside, and Isolde is standing right beside him. Seeing me coming, they quickly stepped forward.
Thank you for letting us be together,
Isolde says softly. Her voice is sweet, practiced.
My parents would be so happy if they could see this.
My stomach turns.
Your parents.
Caspian cuts in before I can respond.
Why are you thanking her? I only want you. She should be thanking you for being generous enough to share me. If you had said no, I wouldn't even keep her as a mistress.
He strokes Isolde's hair when he speaks to her. His voice is warm, almost loving. In my past life, I never once heard that voice directed at me. Then he turns to me, and the warmth vanishes.
Isolette's parents died because of you. She lost everything, and yet she's still kind to you,
he says flatly.
The least you can do is give her something in compensation.
Isolde's parents? They were fake phoenixes. Lesser spirits who found me as a lost child and raised me as their own. They loved me. They fed me. They kept me warm through winters I couldn't survive alone. They died protecting me from a beast that attacked her. Their sacrifice is the reason the Phoenix clan found me. Their death gave me back my birthright. In my past life, I carried that guilt like chains. I gave Isolde everything she asked for because I believed I owed her. Until the day I died. That's when I learned the truth. Isolde lured that beast to our home. She sent it to kill me. And when her own parents got in the way, she let them die. She murdered her own parents just to get rid of me. Now this bitch still pretends to be harmless. I look at them both. I say nothing. Isolde tugs gently on Caspian's sleeve. Caspian pauses, as if remembering something.
Florence, there's one more thing.
I glance at him with pure contempt.
What?
Isolette's magic is weak. After the wedding, she'll be bullied by the other clans.
You gave her plenty of artifacts,
I reply coolly.
Who would dare bully her?
Every gift I ever gave him. He handed straight to Isolde without a second thought. He remembers this too, but there's not a shred of guilt on his face.
Artifacts are nothing compared to real power. I want to borrow your magical core.
Suddenly my brain explodes with a loud ring. His hands inside my chest, his fingers closing around my fore and pulling. The memory hits me like a wall of fire. My vision goes red. Every nerve in my body screams,
Kill them both, right now!
My magic surges, but I force it down. I force myself to breathe. Death is too easy for them, too quick, too merciful. I look him dead in the eyes.
Do you know what losing a core means? I will lose all my magic! I could die!
Caspian doesn't even flinch.
We're about to be married. Why are you being so selfish about this? Give her the core. Now.
I stare at him. An invisible pressure radiates from my body like heat from a furnace. Isolde was knocked to the ground by the powerful magic power. Even Caspian took a few steps back. He half knelt on the ground, using all his strength to resist the pressure. Good. Be afraid. This couple of bitches are helpless in front of me.
Princess Florence.
A voice cuts through the tension. I turn.
The king sent me to find you.
It's him, the young man with black naga horns. He remained motionless under my magical pressure. Even his breathing rhythm was very steady. I release my magic, pull it back like sheathing a blade. The air returns to normal. I look at him and smile.
All right, let's go.
Wait!
His eyes lock onto the boy with pure, undisguised disgust.
What business does this lowborn have with you? What could a filthy Nago possibly have to say to the Phoenix Princess?
The boy doesn't care about Caspian. He just turns to me and leaving with me together.
Instead of worrying about who I talk to, you should be preparing for the trial in 5 days.
Trial? I am the strongest dragon candidate of this generation. I'll succeed even without your help.
I turn back looking at him.
We'll see.
The dragon trial opens once every 50 years. Every candidate who dreams of becoming a dragon must enter. They face the heavenly lightning that burns away their old form. If you endure it, you shed your scales and become a true dragon. One mistake, and you turn to ash. In my past life, I used my own life force magic to shield Caspian from 9 bolts at once. He became the first dragon in history to succeed on his first try. They called him a genius. A once-in-a-millennium king. They never knew it was my magic holding him together. My core cracking under the weight of his ambition. It took me 2 years to recover. The damage left a permanent scar on my cultivation, and he never even said thank you. Mentioning the trial shifts his focus immediately. His pride won't let him ignore it.
Just wait. In 5 days, you will come beg me to marry you.
I stay silent. Leaving out of the corner of my eye, I catch a flash of jealousy in Isolde's expression. She hides it quickly, but I saw it. They walk away together like the perfect couple. I turn to the boy standing quietly beside me.
Arthur.
He straightens instantly.
The king told you everything about the trial, so I need one honest answer. Are you here for power, or is there another reason?
He doesn't answer right away. Then he drops to his knees, both hands flat on the ground, forehead pressed to the earth.
I, Arthur, swear an oath to the heavens. If I ever betray you, in this life or any other, let me die the cruelest death imaginable.
The sky answers. Thunder rolls, shaking the air in my chest. A single bolt of lightning splits the clouds open, then silence. He used his magical core to seal it. This isn't words. This is his life, signed over to a promise. He stays, kneeling, waiting. I reach to the sun. A strong wave of magic shows. A phoenix royal pendant rests in my palm. I look at him. I haven't decided yet whether to give it to him. Something stirs in my chest. In my past life, I watched 100 men make promises to me, sweet words, grand gestures. Not one of them made it. But this boy, this quiet, overlooked, low-born Naga, just bet his life on a single sentence. I released my hand, kneel down and tie it to his waist myself.
I believe you.
His eyes widen, his lips part, but no sound comes out. His hands are trembling. I pretend not to notice. I return to my palace as the sun begins to set. The moment I step through the gate, my little bird spirit comes running toward me.
Princess, come quickly! They're chopping your tree!
My blood goes cold. I look up and rush to the main courtyard, my sycamore. The tree I spent 10 years growing, 10 years of watering it, talking to it on lonely nights, watching it grow from a trembling sprout into something magnificent. It's been chopped down to the roots. The trunk lies on its side like a fallen body. Caspian stands beside the stump, arms crossed, without a trace of remorse. My mother gave me that tree the day I left the Phoenix realm. I was scared. I didn't want to leave home. I didn't want to live among dragons. She pressed a tiny seed into my palm and said,
The sycamore is the home of the phoenix. Wherever you are in this world, wherever they send you, as long as this tree stands, you are home.
Now it's gone, destroyed in a single afternoon by a man who never loved me.
How dare you cut down my Sipaphore!
My voice shakes with a fury so deep. Caspian doesn't even look at the stump.
It's just a tree. I cut it down. So what?
He gestures lazily to the empty space.
Isolette likes phoenix flowers.
He looks at me with those cold, commanding eyes.
From now on, you will only grow phoenix flowers here.
The moment I loosened my nightgown, Kael slipped silently into my room. Before I could turn, a hand caught my waist and lifted me onto the vanity. Kael Blackwood leaned in, one hand braced beside me.
Your fiancé stole my mate last night, so tonight, I'm taking you. Fair trade.
I looked at the wolf standing between my knees. Kael Blackwood, the most notorious alpha heir of Silver Ridge. Last night, my fiancé Ethan had crashed Kael's mating ceremony. He claimed Ivy, Kael's chosen mate, in front of everyone. By morning, my family had become the biggest joke in the pack, and now Kael had come to collect. I looked at him again, then I nodded.
Fine, I'll be your Luna.
Kael froze.
You agreed?
Wasn't that why you came?
His mouth stayed open for a long moment before he finally stammered.
3 days. I'm coming for you. No take backs.
He freed me and backed to the window. He climbed out too fast, tripped on the sill, and almost fell flat on his face. I watched him disappear and almost laughed. He was nothing like the rumors. A little reckless. A little cute. Soon Kael left. Ethan came in.
Shouldn't you be home with your new mate? What are you doing here?
Serena, I didn't want things to go this way. But Ivy is too soft. I couldn't let her be mated to some reckless wolf. It would have destroyed her.
I stared at him. So Ivy being destroyed mattered, but my family becoming the pack's joke didn't. The moment he crashed that ceremony, everything between us ended.
Leave, Ethan. There's nothing between us anymore.
Stop being dramatic. Come in as my second mate for now. Give me a pup or two, and I'll raise your status. You'll both be my mates. I won't play favorites.
I stepped back.
No daughter of the Moon Priestess will ever kneel as a second mate.
It's just a title. I won't let anyone disrespect you. Why are you making this so difficult? I won't nother if you're not in it.
I almost laughed. He crashed a mating ceremony. He marked another woman that same night. He made me a joke in front of every pack. And now I was the difficult one.
I'm done talking to you. The moment you took another mate, we were over. Now leave.
Ethan's face hardened.
Serena, every wolf in this territory knows my scent is all over you. Without me, who's gonna claim you? I'll wait for you to beg.
Then he turned and left. I stood there, shaking with rage. The Ethan who once looked at me like I was everything was gone. He belonged to Ivy. The moment he chose her over me, I should have let him go. But I refused to believe 10 years between us meant less than the 6 months he had known her. The truth proved me wrong.
Mr. Wright, you are a hard man to find.
Kael didn't give me time to regret it. The next day, the Vance family came to formally request the mating. 108 crates of bonding gifts were carried into my home. My room could barely hold them all. My parents still weren't sure about Kael. They urged me to think again. But my mind was already made up. Love or power. I had to leave with at least one. Kael's reputation was terrible in every pack, but he was the only alpha heir to Silver Ridge. If Thornton's firstborn daughter hadn't refused him,
I would rather die than mate with that monster.
This mating would never have fallen to Ivy. I was about to have the gifts moved into storage. Then Ethan walked in with Ivy on his arm. They looked at the crates and immediately misunderstood. Ethan lifted his chin. Greed flashed in Ivy's eyes.
Serena, is all this your dowry?
Ivy was the illegitimate daughter of Thornton Elder and a servant. She had never been valued in her pack. On her mating day, even her stepmother hadn't shown up. I frowned.
No.
Ethan scoffed.
Drop the act. Yesterday, you swore we were done. Now you've already packed the gifts.
Elvie walked to Ethan. He's right, Serena. Once you join our household, we'll all be family. Ethan, didn't you bring her a gift? Give it to her.
Suddenly, I saw a flash of green. I froze. The Graves family had a jade pendant passed down for generations. It belonged to the future matriarch. I had hinted at Ethan countless times. He always refused to give it to me. Now it hung around Ivy's neck. Ivy noticed my stare. She deliberately pulled her collar aside. Ethan took out a small velvet box with a sour face. Then he tossed it at me.
Here, for you.
I opened the box. Inside was a cheap, tarnished pendant. I laughed coldly. He was generous with Ivy, but with me, he was a miser. I threw the box back for him.
No, thank you. Save something this fine for your precious Ivy.
Ethan's face darkened. He snatched the box back. Then he threw it out the window.
Fine. If you don't want it, it's gone.
Ivy stamped her foot.
Serena, Ethan and I picked that out for you ourselves. It came from our hearts.
Then she seemed to remember something. She took and offered a box.
Since you'll be joining us in a few days, I bought you something too.
I laughed out loud in fury. It was a pink silk negligee, the kind of thing a mistress wore to please a man in bed. I looked at Ivy's smug face. Now I understand why they came. She humiliated me, told me I was not Ethan's mate, just a body warming his bed.
I told you! We're done! If you have nothing else to say, leave!
Ivy didn't listen, and she grabbed the dress and tried to pull me toward the bedroom.
Serena, don't say that. I don't even know if it'll fit. Why don't you try it on?
I shoved her away.
Get off! Don't touch me!
I barely used any force, but Ivy threw herself backward. Tears filled her eyes.
I'm sorry, Serena. I only wanted you to try it on. I didn't mean anything.
Ethan saw it and shoved me hard.
Serena, Ivy stayed up 2 whole nights choosing that for you. She came here with good intentions, and this is how you treat her? A jealous shrook like you has no room for anyone else. No wonder no one wants you. You'll spend the rest of your life alone.
He picked Ivy up and walked out. Ivy turned her head. That look dragged me back to the day we first met. Back then, Ivy was just an unwanted Omega bastard in the Thornton pack. At a gathering, her half-sister treated her like a servant. Ivy accidentally spilled wine. Her half-sister slapped her in front of everyone. Ivy kneels on the floor, face red from the slap. Ethan couldn't stand watching her be humiliated, so he stepped in. After that, he started protecting Ivy. He always saved the best things for her first. I got jealous more than once. Every time, Ethan only laughed.
I just feel sorry for Ivy. I only want to help.
At first, I believed him. Just pity. Nothing more. Then came the day Ivy was supposed to make Kael. Ethan crashed the ceremony and claimed her. That same night, he completed the marking ritual with her. Only then did I understand. Ivy had already taken a place in his heart. I had been stupid enough to believe his kindness was only kindness. The day before my own mating ceremony was the Moonlight Festival. Every year, Ethan walked through the Riverside Lantern Park with me. We release moon lanterns into the water together. This year, I went alone. When I arrived, the whole Riverside was empty. I was still confused when I heard 2 she-wolves nearby.
Ethan really went all out. I heard he bought every lantern on the whole strip to make it up to his mate. If I were her, I'd melt. That's nothing. He's going against Alpha Kael for her. And he even got the Moon Priestess daughter to accept being second mate. A wolf like that doesn't come twice.
A bitter smile pulled at my lips. I turned to leave. Then a familiar voice came from behind me.
Serena!
I turned back. Ethan and Ivy stood not far away. Ivy carried a moon lantern and ran toward me.
Serena, are you here to release her lantern too?
Ethan was still angry yesterday. The moment he saw me, he gave a cold huff. Ivy raised the lantern in her hand.
I'm so sorry, Serena. Ethan bought every lantern here. Why don't you take this one? No, thank you.
I stepped back. I was afraid she would pull another stunt and blame me again.
And I had never liked taking things others had already used, no matter objects or wolves.
Ethan's face turned cold.
Of course. The great Serena would never lower herself to take our scraps. Don't waste your breath on her, Ivies. Let's go.
He took Ivy's arm and walked toward the riverbank. After they left, a man in a dark suit walked up to me.
Mrs. Brooks, Alpha Kael asked me to give this to you.
It really was. In my last marriage, I did so much more than this. During the day, I watched my ex's sister's kids. The night I left my marriage with nothing, I wandered the streets of New York alone. A small ad on the side of the road caught my eye. Room and board included. That's what got me. That same night, I dragged my suitcase to the address on the ad. I walked straight into the mansion of Nathan Sterling, the richest man in New York.
Mr. Sterling is looking for a mother for his child. Not a wife for himself. I need you to be very clear on that. Mr. Sterling is an exceptional man. Don't get any ideas.
I kept my head slightly down, eyes forward. Honestly, this job was perfect for me. To put it simply, they just needed a high-end nanny. I had only gotten divorced that morning. Remarriage? Couldn't be further from my mind. I nodded respectfully.
I understand I won't get any ideas. You have my word.
But taking care of a kid and having a roof was a lifeline for me. George gave a curt nod and led me to the dining room. At a massive long table, a young father and his son were locked in a silent battle. He-Man sat there holding a bowl and a spoon, his expression dark.
Just one bite. Luca, one tiny bite. Can you do that for me?
Sir, another applicant is here. This one seems honest.
That face, I'd seen it on the cover of Forbes before. Unfairly handsome. The kind of face you don't forget.
What's your name?
Claire Bennett.
Give it a try.
So this was the job interview. I had to nail this. If I could stay, at least I wouldn't be sleeping on the street tonight. I put on what I hoped was a warm, motherly smile and walked toward the boy.
No! Make her leave! I don't want her! They're all bad women!
So before me, this kid had already been through who knows how many stepmom.
Relax, I'm not here to feed you. I'm feeding Spider-Man. You're fine.
Eat more. You need to be full to save the world. Kids who don't eat are too weak. Can't even protect themselves, let alone own all of humanity. Oh, you want the potatoes?
The boy lay there looking dejected.
Potatoes give you strength.
But I pretended not to see. Not until his nose turned red and his eyes got watery did I act like I just spotted him.
There's a baby Spider-Man here too? Peter Parker, can you share some of your food with him? He needs to eat so he can grow up big and strong like you. Sure. Well, since Spider-Man said so, I guess you can have a little, but don't eat too much, okay? If you get stronger than him, he'll be sad.
That night I stayed in the villa. Luca and I were on the second floor. Nathan Sterling had the third floor to himself.
You are never to go up to the third floor. A woman once snuck up to climb into Mr. Sterling's bed in the middle of the night and was thrown out the window.
I won't, I promise.
Luca was only 4, but he could already sleep in his own room. That made my work a lot easier.
Claire, let's talk.
Sure, Mr. Stalin.
You're good with kids? Have you had any of your own?
No, but I helped look after my ex-husband's sister's kids for 2 years.
Back then, my ex's family thought I didn't make enough money, so they made me quit my job. After I quit, they said I was lazy and had nothing to do. So they fired the sister's nanny and made me take over.
You're divorced. Why?
We came from different worlds.
You know, I need to find a mother for Luca. He has no sense of security. He won't leave the house, won't go to preschool.
I'm busy with work, so I need someone patient to be his mother. I'll have you sign a prenup. Everything stays separate.
I understand.
Rich people are all like this. My first marriage was for love. But because the gap between our families was too big, I signed a prenup too. So when the love ran out and we divorced, I had nothing left, not even my wedding ring, let alone someone like Nathan, a man at the very top. Of course he'd be careful about marriage.
Honestly, I'd be happy just having a place to stay. We don't have to make it official.
The marriage is for Luca. I want him to have a long-term mother, and marriage is the strongest contract there is.
Then we'll do it your way.
Don't worry. I'll give you $50,000 a month for personal spending.
Mr. Sterling, can I ask, if we divorce someday, can I keep the money you've given me?
Of course. That money is yours.
Okay then.
I don't have any needs in our sex life right now, so you'll stay on the second floor.
Okay, I don't either.
Just like that, 3 days after my divorce, I was married again. Same as the first time, no wedding.
Take this.
No need.
For Luca.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your ring. What's wrong?
Claire, can you read me a bedtime story? I'll get my dad to pay you more, but if you don't want to, that's fine.
Come here.
That night, Luca fell asleep in my bed after his book. The next morning, when Nathan heard, he was genuinely surprised.
Claire, thank you. I'll add $10,000 a month.
Mr. Sterling, that's way too much.
It really was. In my last marriage, I did so much more than this. During the day, I watched my ex's sister's kids. At night, I cooked for my ex, satisfying his needs in bed, then got up in the middle of the night to clean the house.
It's not like we can't afford a maid. But Claire just sitting all day doing nothing. That doesn't seem right.
Even after all that, when we divorced, they said I'd been living the good life for 3 years. And they sent me out with nothing.
Mr. Sterling, that's too much. This is just what I should be doing.
As I said this, Luca came over and grabbed my right hand.
The women came before you only cared about pleasing me, ignoring Luca's feelings. The extra $10,000 is settled.
Thank you, Mr. Sterling.
From that day on, Luca was glued to me. Nathan was busy, so most of the time, it was just the two of us at home. I tried my best to play with him and made him happy every day. When he got scared, I held him tightly and comforted him gently. But he still didn't want to leave the villa until the day I needed to go to the hospital for a follow-up.
Wait for me at home. I'll be back soon.
He grabbed my hand and wouldn't let go. He didn't say anything, just looked up at me with those big, sad eyes.
He's afraid you'll leave and not come back.
I'm not leaving. I'll be back after my appointment, and then we'll read together. You play by yourself for a little while?
Luca, you want to go to the hospital with Claire?
My God, he is finally willing to leave the house.
My twin sister climbed into the bed of my beast mate, Finn.
Now she can marry that monster in my place.
As long as you're safe, my queen.
His true form. He was showing someone his true form. I stumbled through the door. That's someone? I didn't know their swapping plan. In a world where spiritual beasts are gods, I am the lowest thing breathing. It's simple, really. Beast men are drawn to beauty, but I was born with a black birthmark on my left cheek. I thought by the time I turned 18, my body will explode for not finding a mate. But then Finn, the phoenix, rarest creature alive, chose me. I actually believed I was special to him. I wasn't. I only knew that until my sister Sienna's bonded dragon went rogue and lost control. Finn shoved me to bind with that monster without blinking. Here's the thing. Sienna and I are identical twins. Identical, except for the mark on my face. I wasn't chosen. I was kept as a spare. In the spiritual beast world, every human must complete a bond before their 18th birthday, or their body tears itself apart from the inside. Sienna and I came into this world together, but I was born with the mark. She was born a masterpiece. Every beast man in the territory fought to bond with me, and she chose the most dangerous one alive, Alec, the dragon, the most powerful being in our realm. Beast men carry a sickness called the feral curse. When it takes hold, they hunt their bonded by memory alone. drag them into a shared nightmare, and torture them. I always knew Sienna would pick Alaric. Power calls to power. What I never saw coming was Finn choosing me. The day he announced our bond in front of the whole territory, I felt like I was drowning in honey. The air tasted sweet. Even the people who had spent years spitting on me blurred into background noise. I stopped hearing the insults. I forgot every bruise they'd left. I thought everything I'd survived was just the universe clearing the path to him. Except he never touched me. He never showed me his true form. When a beast man reveals their animal form to their bonded, it means love, trust, everything. Finn never once shifted in my presence. I couldn't find a single feather in the entire house. I told myself it was just his nature, that he was private. Then one night, I stayed up until 3 a.m. collecting morning dew, his favorite, and carried it to his room like an idiot with a smile on my face. And I saw the flash of scarlet, his true form. He was showing someone his true form. I stumbled through the door. That someone was my sister. The moment he saw me, Finn pulled his form back in, like a fist closing around a secret. Sienna smiled, soft, unbothered, like a cat who knows she owns the room.
Samara, you know Finn and I grew up together. Revealing his true form animal side to me, it's not a big deal.
My chest felt like concrete poured inside it. I kept my face very, very still.
Right, I just came to...
The dew I'd carried all night had already tipped and soaked the floor. I stood there, hands empty, useless. Finn looked at me once, cold, brief.
Nothing urgent? Then go.
I walked out with my head down. Sienna's voice followed me down the hall like smoke.
Finn and I grew up together.
But I met him first. I met him first, and nobody cares. That winter, I found Finn half dead in the forest while I was out cutting wood. Red light pulsed off every inch of him. The feral curse. He was losing control. Every survival instinct I had screamed at me to run. His eyes stopped me. There was something in them I recognized. The desperate, clawing will to live. I had been looking at that same thing in mirrors for 17 years. I brought him home. I didn't sleep for weeks. I watched over him, learned his fever patterns, held him down through the worst nights. His body healed. The curse didn't lift. Then one day, Sienna visited. She told me to leave him to die.
That accursed beast wasn't worth the risk.
I refused. Sienna left. The moment she walked out the door, Finn's curse vanished. Just like that, like smoke in wind. He came back to himself, powerful, radiant, healed. After that, he started showing up. At my place, at Sienna's. I thought he was paying a debt. He was, just not to me. I was so absorbed in the past memory that I forgot to see the front. When I looked up, I met the deathly gaze of Alaric.
You do look exactly the same as your sister. Except...
His fingers slowly traced my face. Then he lowered closer to my face.
Sorry.
Overcome with fear, I ran fast past him, without realizing he stood there and watched my back for a long time.
Finn got busier by the day, busier arranging Sienna's bond ceremony with Alaric. I knew I should be grateful. I knew a bond at all was more than I deserved by this world's standards. But hearing about Sienna's ceremony, the flowers, the guests, the spectacle, something pathetic inside me started imagining my own. I thought, fine, I'll plan it myself. I spent everything I had, literally everything. I bought a young firebird nest tree, the rarest thing Finn could want as a bond token, and gathered armfuls of his favorite blooms. I showed up on the appointed day. I stood at the bond altar from sunrise. He never came. The crowd that gathered grew larger the longer I waited. Not to support me, but to watch. The flowers in my arms had died. I kept my chin down and my eyes on the ground.
How could the Phoenix ever want someone that ugly?
He was obviously playing her. She's the only one who didn't know.
Any other day, I would have put my fist through the face of whoever said that. Today, I just pushed through the crowd, silent, trying not to drown. Someone shoved me from behind. I hit the ground hard, but I caught the nest tree sapling before it could break, cradled it like it mattered. Then someone stomped on the pot. The clay exploded. The sapling went gray and dead in seconds. Shattered, I walked home and heard Sienna's voice floating out of Finn's room, bright, delighted.
Finn, this dress is beautiful. You actually made this with your own hands?
Sienna, as long as you like it.
Finn's voice was as flat as always, but the upward curl at the end, that small, involuntary warmth, exposed him completely. The door swung open, and Sienna walked out in a red dress. Red feathers lined the hem, Finn's tail feathers.
The feathers a phoenix only plucks for someone they love. So that was why he'd rushed me out of the house last week. He didn't want me seeing him make her a dress. He'd pulled his own feathers, the most sacred part of a phoenix's body, just to get the color right for her. He didn't come to my ceremony because of Sienna. All those years, every glance Finn ever threw across a room always landed on her, even agreeing to bond with me. I finally understood that too. It was just a reflex, a moment of wounded pride after she chose the dragon instead of him. Samara, they were right. Every bit of this was you lying to yourself. I made up my mind. I would dissolve the bond before it was complete. I wasn't going to wait around to be discarded with an audience. I started looking for an available beastman, anyone willing to bond with me before my birthday. I finally tracked down Riven, a low-rank lizard in the outer territory, and he agreed. I ran home, told Finn. He didn't look relieved. He looked furious.
Samara, you're serious? You'd bond with that low-rank lizard instead of me? I didn't show up that day, but I had a reason. You saw—
I stopped listening. I already knew the reason. Sienna's ceremony was approaching. He was busy. Too busy for me, never too busy for her. Because of my face. Because I was the ugly one. Because apparently being born with a birthmark means I deserve to be stood up, mocked in public, and made to feel grateful for scraps. I closed my eyes.
Yes, Finn. I'm bonding with Riven.
Fine, Samara. Don't come crawling back.
He said it like I was the one abandoning him. I genuinely could not locate his logic. I had no time to figure it out. My birthday was 3 days away. The next morning, I went to find Riven. Somehow, he'd changed his mind overnight. Apparently, someone had introduced him to a girl last night, and they'd already scheduled their ceremony for that afternoon.
You think I would take someone else's reject?
Then closed his door in my face. I stood there, lifted my hand to knock again, let it fall. People like me aren't meant to survive in a world like this. If I had maybe 3 days left alive, fine. I was going to spend them eating well. I walked to Mayfair Garden Cafe, the expensive coffee house I'd never dared enter before, and ordered everything that looked good. I was halfway through a plate of honey cake when I caught the conversation behind me.
Heard the Phoenix is giving Sienna the 1,000-year heartwood? The one with healing properties? Healing? If it can heal, why didn't Finn use it years ago on Samara's face? Oh, wait. Obviously because Sienna matters. Samara never did.
He had a cure. He had a cure for my birthmark. He watched me get beaten, ridiculed, spat on my entire life, and he had the antidote in his pocket. He chose to give it to Sienna as a backup plan, instead of giving it to me. Tears ran down my face, and I bit my lip until it bled, to keep from making a sound. Tomorrow was my birthday. I was going to die. They would laugh at the way my body destroyed itself, so I would not cry. Not tonight. Not where anyone could see. I went home, nowhere else to go in this world. The house was blazing with light. A crowd had packed the main hall, shouting over each other. Alaric, Sienna's dragon, had gone fully rogue. The feral curse had taken hold. Without a completed bond to tether him, Alaric wouldn't just hurt Sienna. He'd tear through the entire city. Dragons in rogue state always did. Everyone was screaming at Sienna to go through with the bond immediately. Only Finn was standing in her way, blocking her, keeping her back. But Finn couldn't hold the crowd forever. I looked at him one last time, at Sienna sheltered behind his back like she was made of glass, and walked to my room. His footsteps came fast. He threw open my door. Why was he here? His priority was right down the hall.
Samara, you're the only one who can save her.
Me? The dragon bonded with Sienna, not me.
You and Sienna are identical, except for the mark. No one will know the difference.
I opened my mouth to ask how I was supposed to remove a birthmark on 3 seconds notice. And then I remembered the conversation at Mayfair Garden. He already knew. Finn raised his hand. His expression showed something I might have called regret, but his arm was completely steady as it swung toward my throat.
Samara, I'm sorry. But Sienna once saved my life. I can't let her—
Those were the last words I heard before the darkness took me. Finn, even now, not one word about me. I came back to consciousness in a moving carriage, dressed in red. Finn's dress, the one he made for Sienna.
When my high fever triggered a heart attack and I collapsed in the mud, convulsing, I saw the mute old man I'd clung to as my lifeline reach up and tear off his mud-caked wig and mask, revealing my fiancé's face.
This is what you get for drugging Sophia, even if it was just a laxidant. These 3 months in the pig pen should make up for the scare you gave her. Director, cut the cameras. Sophia says she can't bear watching me act and suffer. She feels bad.
I watched my fiancé walk away with his arm around the scholarship girl. My heart stopped beating. Sophia finally got what she wanted. I fought with wild dogs for food and prayed to them, but it was useless. And in the end, I still died. I was Manhattan's most spoiled heiress until my award-winning actor brother sent me to a reality show called Rich Girls Reformed. I slept in a pig pen covered in manure for 3 months, fighting dogs for scraps of food. Any resistance meant being dunked in water tanks or worse, electroshock. The only thing keeping me alive was the mute old man who delivered the meals. He'd snuck me medicine, listened to me cry, and beg my brother to save me. He even promised to help me escape. I swore that once I got out, I'd tell my brother I'd learned my lesson. Until that day, when my high fever triggered a heart attack and I collapsed in the mud, convulsing. I saw the mute old man I'd clung to as my lifeline reach up and tear off his mud-caked wig and mask, revealing my fiancé's face.
This is what you get for drugging Sophia, even if it was just a laxidant. These 3 months in the pig pet should make up for the scare you gave her. Director, cut the cameras. Sophia says she can't bear watching me act and suffer. She feels bad.
I watched my fiancé walk away with his arm around the scholarship girl. My heart stopped beating. Sophia finally got what she wanted. From the moment we met, she made it clear. Girls like me didn't deserve what we were born into. Too rich, too spoiled, too empty-headed, in her words. One day, she said, she would take it all. And she did. It didn't take schemes or grand plans. Just 2 years of quiet performances. A stumble here, a trembling voice there, a well-timed tear. Every time, it ended the same. My brother at her side, my fiancé just behind him, both looking at me like I was something rotten. All she ever had to do was make it seem like I hurt her. And really, who would believe otherwise? A rich heiress bullied by a scholarship girl who was gentle and hardworking? Of course not. In their eyes, it could only ever be the other way around. I floated above, looking down at myself lying in the filth, covered in pig shit, fingernails caked with mud.
Cut! Perfect! Absolutely perfect! That dying look in her eyes is incredible! Quick, get a close-up!
A dozen cameras instantly zoomed in on my face. A pair of fancy leather shoes stopped beside my face. Lucas Carter, my fiancé.
All right, stop pretending. The director called cut. Why are you still lying there? Getting addicted to acting?
Seeing no reaction from me, he casually nudged my face with his foot. The corpse swayed with the force of his nudge, but didn't respond. Lucas frowned, then crouched down to check if I was still breathing.
What the heck?
Vivian, are you holding your breath this long just to get sympathy? Looks like these 3 months in the pig pen weren't wasted. Your lung capacity's really improved.
I'm not pretending! Lucas, I'm actually dead! Look at me!
Don't be so harsh on her. She worked really hard this time to make it up to me. Look at her makeup. So dirty. If you didn't know better, you'd think she actually lived in the countryside.
Applause came from nearby. My brother, award-winning actor Ethan Ashford, emerged from behind the monitors.
Not bad. These 3 months weren't wasted.
Use this fake death scene in the trailer. Title it, The Mean Girl's Repentance. This final scene, she acted better than she ever has before. I almost believed it.
Ethan, this isn't acting. I'm really in pain. I'm really dead.
Mr. Ashford, should we wake Miss Ashford now? Don't let her bring those filthy clothes into my car. It's disgusting. Sophia hasn't been feeling well lately. She can't handle the smell. Then, find a trash bag. Throw her in the trunk.
Since she likes playing dead so much, let her play dead all the way home. At least it'll spare me from listening to her fake crying.
Yes, sir.
I watched 2 stagehands lift my stiff corpse and stuff it into a trash bag. Lucas was wiping raindrops from Sophia's hair. He didn't look at me once. The trunk slammed shut. The car started. A trail of blood silently drenched the bag. I floated nearby, almost wanting to laugh. I remembered when I was 18, I accidentally bumped my head in the car. Ethan didn't say a word. He smashed the sports car. He'd said,
Why keep something that hurt our Vivian?
But now, my corpse was being knocked around in the trunk. Ethan, were you acting back then too? Or is it that once Sophia appeared, your own sister deserved to be thrown away like this?
Ethan, do you think Vivian will be mad at us for putting her in the trunk when she wakes up?
Ethan drove with a cold snort.
She doesn't get a choice. Once we're home, I have ways to keep her from throwing a tantrum. Tomorrow's apology press conference is already arranged.
If she dares to mess it up, I'll send her right back to these mountains for another 3 months. She'd better know her place. Sophia was hospitalized for 3 days because of that laxative.
These 3 months of suffering barely make up for it.
I floated above the car, watching these 3 people. I never put laxatives in that drink. Sophia stole my heart medication, then accused me of trying to poison her. No one believed me, and I can't explain anymore. The car bumped along the road, my corpse rattling in the trunk the whole way. Ethan got out without calling the servants. He opened the trunk and grabbed the trash bag with one hand, dragging it out. My head hit each step as he dragged me up the stairs. My soul trembled. I reached out to protect my head.
Ethan! Be gentle! That's my head!
Really heavy. Playing dead pretty thoroughly, not making a sound.
He dragged the trash bag into the living room and dropped it on the rug. The zipper opened, revealing my mud-covered face. Eyes closed, lips purple.
All right, we're home. Stop pretending. Get up and wash yourself off. Don't dirty the carpet.
Is she really unconscious? Her face looks so scary.
That's special effects makeup. Weren't you there on set?
She fakes passing out all the time to get out of work. The doctor said she's in perfect health. This level of cold won't kill her.
Ethan lost his patience. He walked over to the thermostat and turned it down to the lowest setting.
Want to play dead? Then lie there. No one gives her a blanket tonight. Let's see how long she can keep it up.
With that, all 3 went to their rooms, leaving only the cold air blowing over my corpse. I floated in midair, looking at my body lying alone on the floor, watching the lividity spread across my neck and the back of my arms. Early in the morning, the Ashford family's styling team arrived. Today was the apology press conference Ethan had arranged for me, live streamed to the whole country. The makeup artist touched my hand.
Jesus! So cold!
She looked at Sophia.
Miss White, Miss Ashford's temperature? Is she really okay? Oh, she spent 3 months freezing in the mountains. Of course she's cold. Plus she trained herself to withstand cold for the pathetic effect.
Don't make a fuss. Just put more blush on her. That complexion is awful.
But these purple marks on her skin.
Those are bruises from falling in the mountains. Cover them with foundation. Today's theme is rebirth. Don't let people see her looking like a corpse and embarrass the Ashford family.
The makeup artist didn't dare argue. She grabbed concealer and started smearing it on my face. I watched from the side, finding it almost funny. Concealer could cover lividity, but not the smell of death.
This outfit reeks. Change her clothes. Put her in this one.
It was the style Sophia had rejected, a size too small. 2 assistants came over to help change my clothes, but there was a problem. Because of rigor mortis, my limbs were stiff.
Miss Ashford is too stiff. She won't cooperate. Like she is dead. She won't cooperate. We can't bend her arms.
Ethan's face darkened.
Vivian! How long are you going to keep this up? Won't even put on clothes? Do you want to apologize naked?
The corpse naturally didn't answer him. Lucas frowned and strode over.
Since she wants to be stubborn, don't blame me for not being gentle.
He grabbed my stiff left arm and yanked it outward. I floated in midair, instinctively clutching my arm and screaming. Then I remembered I was dead. My body couldn't feel pain anymore.
Strong grip.
Playing the virtual Murden? Hurry up and dress her!
The assistants trembled as they pulled the pink dress onto my corpse. To hide the twisted arm, I folded my hands across my abdomen. After all the manipulation, I'd been handled like a doll with no dignity. Lipstick covered my purple lips. Foundation hid my pallor. A ribbon bow concealed the dog collar marks on my neck.
That's better. Looks like these 3 months weren't wasted. Knocked that nasty temper right out of her. As long as she doesn't talk, she's still the good little sister she used to be. When we get to the venue, if you dare mess up or say the wrong thing, I'll make sure you spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair.
Don't worry, Ethan. I'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life anyway, and I'll never speak again.
Let's go. Don't keep the reporters waiting.
The sunlight was blinding, but I felt no warmth. The ballroom backstage was packed with reporters. Sophia had changed into a white haute couture gown. She had the makeup artist give her a pitiful victim look. While Ethan and Lucas were schmoozing with the media, Sophia walked over to my wheelchair.
Vivian, you're so quiet today. I like it. Didn't you love calling me a bitch before? Why so quiet now? Running out of energy? Don't worry, there's an even bigger surprise waiting for you on stage.
Seeing no reaction from me, Sophia pouted.
You can really take it. But I guess you should behave. You're about to lose your engagement anyway.
Lose my engagement?
I jerked my head up to look at Lucas. He was standing in the spotlight, turning to say something to Ethan. I floated over and heard it clearly.
Today's perfect. With the live stream, the whole country can witness it. I'm cutting this stain loose completely.
Ethan was silent for a moment, glancing at me in the corner.
She brought this on herself. Can't blame anyone else.
My soul felt that sharp pain again. So, in your minds, I'm not even worth a title? I don't even deserve basic human dignity.
3, 2, 1, action.
The spotlight came on. I was wheeled onto the stage. Because I was strapped in, I sat perfectly straight.
That's the Ashford heiress? She looks like a model.
Heard she slept in a pig pen for 3 months, probably brain damaged.
They say she was so arrogant before, even drugged the scholarship girl.
Those vicious whispers drilled into my ears, every single one.
Ethan picked up the microphone, his face full of regret.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, everyone online, hello. I'm Ethan Ashfield. Today's live stream has only one purpose: repentance. My sister Vivian, out of jealousy and selfishness, caused tremendous harm to our company's artist, Sophia White. After 3 months of reconformation, she's deeply recognized her mistakes. Today, she's here in front of the entire country to apologize to Sophia.
The comments exploded. Ethan Ashford standing up to family. So inspiring. This is proper elite family discipline. Ethan turned around, walked up to me, blocking half the cameras. With his back to the audience, he hissed,
Stop playing dead. Speak. Tell everyone what you did wrong.
I didn't respond, so he reached out and pinched the soft flesh of my arm. The corpse swayed with the force.
Ethan, don't be like this. She's probably too ashamed to speak. It's okay. I forgive her.
She picked up a glass of red wine and forced it into my broken hand.
Vivian, drink this, and we'll still be sisters.
The wine glass tilted, wine spilling onto my dress.
I'm sorry.
Sophia looked hurt toward the camera.
I guess she still won't forgive me.
Too much. Sophia's being so humble and she's still putting on airs.
This woman's hopeless. Mr. Ashford, send her to a psych room.
Lucas took the microphone and strode to center stage, standing beside my wheelchair.
Since Miss Ashford insists on protesting with silence, I don't need to save face for you anymore.
He pulled a velvet box from his pocket. For a moment, my heart flickered with hope. Was it our engagement ring? He opened the box. Inside was a brand new pink diamond ring. Lucas turned around, and in front of me, in front of tens of millions of viewers online, he knelt on one knee before Sophia.
Miss Sophia White, for the past 3 years, you've been by my side. Your kindness, your purity, that's what the lady of the Carter family should be like.
This vicious, unrepentant woman who only knows how to put on an act doesn't deserve to enter the Carter family.
Every word lashed my soul. He stood beside my corpse and proposed to another woman. He trampled my dignity into the dirt in front of the entire country, then ground it in deeper. Lucas, the reporters started chanting. Lucas pulled out the simple engagement ring that had been mine. He casually tossed it. Clang! The ring fell into a nearby trash can.
From today on, Sophia is my only fiancée.
He took Sophia's hand and slid the pink diamond onto her finger. Then he lowered his head and kissed her deeply.
3 years ago, Lucas had knelt in the snow for 3 days and nights to propose to me.
Vivian, this ring is my life. Once you wear it, my life belongs to you.
Turns out your life is pretty worthless. After Sophia came along, you kept saying I'd changed. But I didn't change. You just gave her all the patience and love you used to give me. The ring in the trash, along with the Lucas who once said he loved me, both rotting here together.
The number of online users is still rising and has already broken the platform record.
The live stream had broken the platform's record for viewership. Hairpash Carter Luca Public. Hairpash when Kuj refuses to apology. Ash when Sophia White takes over. All 3 hashtags instantly dominated the top trending topics.
Move! Everyone move! Get out of my way!
It was Dr. William, the Ashford family doctor who'd watched me grow up.
Dr. William, what are you doing here?
Mrs. Ashford, she told me to check on Vivian.
Why hasn't she moved at all? Is she sick?
Sick? What sick? She's just pretending to sleep. I've seen this attention-seeking act 1,000 times. Dr. William, don't let her fool you. Give her a shot and make her get up right now.
Lucas, with his arm around Sophia, added, "Perfect timing, Dr. William."
Expose her act in front of everyone and let them see just how shameless this Miss Ashford can be, clinging to an engagement.
Dr. William froze, staring at the figure in the wheelchair. His face changed.
I need to examine her first.
Under pressure from Ethan and Lucas, Dr. William had no choice but to walk shakily onto the stage. Everyone waited to see the spectacle, to see the evil woman get jabbed with a needle and wake up humiliated. Dr. William approached the wheelchair and called out, no response. He reached out to feel the wrist resting on my abdomen. The moment he touched that ice-cold skin, his face turned white. His hands started trembling.
No heartbeat.
He moved from the wrist to the pulse. No heartbeat. This, Dr. William couldn't believe it.
What's wrong? Did you find her acting too convincing, even fooling you? Stop the act, Dr. William. Just give her the shot. Lost your voice? Speak. Tell everyone she's faking. Faking? She can't fake anymore! Mr. Ashfield! Mr. Carter, can't you see? She's already dead! The This is liberty! This is rigor mortis! You've been forcing a corpse to apologize this whole time?
10 years ago, the Hudson River Bridge 1 was responsible for building collapsed, causing mass casualties. My parents screamed that I was a murderer and cut off all ties with me. The victims' families doused me in gasoline, ready to die alongside me. And so I spent 10 years in prison. After my release, I changed my name, found a coffee shop in a small upstate New York town, and became a barista. Life was quiet, peaceful. Just when I thought it would stay that way forever, my ex-husband, Silas Sterling, came looking for me. The architectural firm he'd founded had long since gone public. He was at the peak of everything. The reporters swarming around him turned all their cameras on me.
Mr. Sterling has been engaged for 10 years but never married. Has he been waiting for you this whole time?
I let out a cold laugh. What they didn't know was that 10 years ago, it was Silas Sterling himself who let his little mistress infiltrate the construction crew to pocket kickbacks. And when everything fell apart, he made me take the fall.
Ella.
Under the blaze of camera flashes, Silas Sterling's face remained cold and composed.
Welcome to my humble cafe, Mr. Silas. Can I get a picture? My daughter's gonna lose her mind. Please?
When he noticed I hadn't moved, he turned and called out to me specifically.
Alara, come take a photo with Mr. Sterling. He's the youngest CEO in the world. A photo with him will bring so much traffic to the shop, and I'll give you a raise.
The moment my boss called out, my hands froze over the cup I was washing.
Miss Vance, so you've been hiding here in a coffee shop. You were once a world-renowned genius architect. Doesn't it feel like a fall from grace washing cups like this?
We've heard your ex-husband has been waiting for you all these years, postponing his wedding again and again. What do you make of that?
I ignored the microphones practically jabbing at my face and kept my hands busy with work, but the cup in my grip was trembling badly. I knew Silas Sterling's methods. I didn't believe for 1 second he had any deep feelings for me. I stayed on guard. The standoff dragged on until Silas stepped in front of me and blocked the cameras with his body.
What happens today is between me and my former wife. We won't be taking any interviews. Please clear the area.
Then he turned to look at me, his gaze deep and unreadable.
Laura. It's been a long time.
After so many years, hearing his voice again, I couldn't stop my hand from jerking.
How are you always so careless?
I pulled my hand back immediately and turned to my boss with repeated apologies.
I'm so sorry. I'll clean it up myself, and please deduct the cost of the cup from my wages.
Before my boss could even recover from the shock, a bright female voice floated in from the doorway.
Simus, what are you doing here? You left without a word. Mom, Dad, and I were so worried about you.
I looked toward the voice. A woman walked in from the doorway, smiling softly, naturally taking Silas's hand and pressing a light kiss to the corner of his lips. She was the true culprit behind the Hudson River Bridge collapse 10 years ago. She was also Silas Sterling's current fiancée, Ivy Thorne. And behind her, the very people who had cut me off 10 years ago, my own parents. Ivy's gaze swept over to me. She smiled, cold and contemptuous.
Mrs. Vance, the great architect. It's been a long time. Oh, by the way, your parents have officially taken me in as their adopted daughter. I suppose I should be calling you Big Sister.
I glanced past her at my parents. They had aged so much.
Okay,
compared to 10 years ago, their backs were bent, their hair completely white. A fine, dense pain bloomed in my chest all at once. I wondered what they would think if they knew that the daughter they had taken in was the very person who had put their real daughter away.
We only have one daughter, and it's Ivy, a woman who threw away human lives for a little money. Looking at her turns my stomach.
Silas, why would you come looking for someone like this kind of scum? Better if she just died out there.
The moment my parents spoke, everyone in the shop, including my boss, turned to look at me with strange expressions. I turned my face away. I forced the pain down and refused to meet my parents' eyes.
Like this.
Don't blame her parents. What happened back then was a devastating blow to them.
He reached into his jacket and produced a gold-trimmed business card, holding it out to me.
I owe you more than I can repay. Call me anytime you need anything.
I didn't refuse Silas's card, or rather, I accepted it the way I would a card from any ordinary customer, politely, and then set it down to the side without another look. I didn't believe Silas had sought me out on purpose, and I had no intention of ever seeing him again. Then, 3 days later, my boss called, and his voice was thick with discomfort.
Laura, I'm really sorry.
I had no idea you had such a distinguished background. Someone like you making coffee in a little shop like mine, it was never a good fit.
I've this month as full attendance, and your wages will be in your account shortly. Take tomorrow off. You don't need to come in.
He hung up before I could get a word out. I tried to call back. He had already blocked my number. A text arrived seconds later. My wages had been deposited. $4,500.
The extra $1,000 is my apology. Our little shop can't handle this kind of attention. I'm begging you. Please don't come back.
My stomach dropped. I already had a feeling this was Silas's doing. Sure enough, his call came through moments later.
Laura.
I know I can't overturn the verdict for what happened back then, and I hope you can understand that.
But I will make it up to you in every other way. The barista work was too hard for you.
I've already handled that. I've also purchased a house for you in the city. And Ivy is still young, not as experienced with the more complex blueprints. If you could help guide her.
I'll pay you $200,000 a month.
My fists clenched so hard my knuckles cracked. On what grounds? On what grounds did he push me into the abyss himself? Let everyone in the world condemn me, strip me of everyone who ever cared for me, and then waltz back in as my savior and tear apart the quiet life I'd rebuilt? On what grounds did he presume to arrange everything for me, as though I had no say? Help Ivy Thorne? That was nothing but wanting me to be her shadow, her ghostwriter, her invisible hand. The thought made me sick to my stomach. I forced my feelings down, spoke through gritted teeth.
Thank you for your kind offer, Mr. Sterling, but I have my own life now.
Please don't interfere with it again.
There was a long silence on the other end. Then Silas spoke.
Alara, don't be stubborn. A proud talent like you're only ever truly happy when you're working on blueprints. I'm securing your livelihood and giving your gift a place to breathe.
What exactly are you dissatisfied with?
And if you insist on saving face and refusing, I have other options.
He hung up. A quiet dread settled in my chest. By that afternoon, I understood exactly what his other options were. With my coffee shop job gone, I spent the day walking all over town looking for work, but no matter where I went, no matter how desperately they were hiring, the moment I walked in, everyone was perfectly polite, and everyone refused to let me work. Eventually, with nowhere left to try, I made my way back to my rented room, but at the gate, I found my landlady waiting for me. Mrs. Kowalski was a wonderful woman. When I'd first arrived with almost nothing, she had waived a full month's rent, and whenever she cooked something good, she always brought a bowl to my door. But now she stood at the entrance, eyes red-rimmed.
Ilana, you're finally back. I'm so sorry. I can't rent to you anymore. Please don't be angry with me. I have no choice.
There's someone powerful in town now. If I keep renting to you, my daughter, she works in the city, they'll...
She couldn't finish the sentence. She started crying. I packed my things that same night and moved out. This, I thought, is what Silas calls compensation. Burn down everything I have, then offer me the ashes with a gracious hand. The day I moved out of my rented room, Silas appeared in my small upstate town. He was thinner than he'd been a few days ago, dark circles heavy under his eyes, like a man who hadn't slept. He had brought a moving company. He directed them to carry my things with a naturalness that made my skin crawl, as though we hadn't divorced at all. As though he were simply a husband coming to bring his wife home. At the new house, he poured me a glass of honey water.
You've always been prone to tension. This will help you relax.
I took the glass from him in silence. I took a small sip. I set the glass down and spoke.
What happened before is in the past. If you truly wanted to make it right, you wouldn't have appeared at all. You would have stayed away.
Alora, stop making a scene. I know you're not satisfied. But this is only the beginning. I'll find someone else to shoulder the blame. Then, step by step, I'll help restore your reputation. I know you don't like Ivy. I'll make sure she keeps a lower profile. Rest for now.
His tone was gentle, but the meaning was unmistakable. You don't get to resist. He wanted me held firmly in his hands.
Silas! I heard Mrs. Vance had arrived. Why didn't you call me? Although Mrs. Vance made serious mistake then, everyone still needs to live their life. I hope she takes this as a lesson and becomes a better person going forward.
Ivy, the one who had actually done everything wrong, said all of this in front of the cameras without a trace of shame.
This is just a small gesture from me. You're a senior in the field, and you're my fiancé's former wife. Please, don't resist.
If you ever have any difficulties, just say the word.
But that afternoon, the news had spread across every platform in the city.
Killer back in high society. Can the victims ever rest?
And I, once again, was pushed to the center of the storm, pelted from all sides. Whether or not it was intentional, Ivy had leaked my address to the public. After that, victims' families and furious protesters gathered outside my door every day. 3 days later, my parents arrived. It was the first time in 10 years they had come looking for me on their own.
Mom, Dad, you're here. Come in, have some water.
We wouldn't dare drink the water of a murderer.
Alana, what you did back then, we truly cannot forgive you. You can't keep making mistake after mistake. We're begging you. Ivy genuinely loves Silas. You're already divorced. Stop clinging to him.
Ivy is a good girl, and it's not her place to say this, so we came to say it ourselves. If you keep refusing, don't blame us for finding other ways to make you go.
That same gentle voice that had once sung me lullabies and coaxed me to sleep night after night. Now every word carried the edge of a threat, driving into my heart like the tip of a blade, one cut at a time.
Mom! Dad, did you never believe me? Not even once?
You wretch! Even now you dare slander Ivy?
He rushed over in a panic, trying to intervene. But at that moment, his phone rang. His assistant.
Mr. Sterling, it's bad. Mrs. Thone got drunk. She's at the hospital getting a shot to sober up.
The moment they heard that, Silas and both my parents went pale with alarm. Without another glance, all three of them turned and piled into the car. And I laughed. I watched their retreating figures. The tears came with the laughter. Whether they were threatening me or pretending to care for me, no matter how much pain I was in, none of it compared to Ivy Thorne crooking her finger. After all, 10 years had taught me one clear lesson. I could not afford to have expectations of my parents or of Silas Sterling. A group of victims' family members found my location. They knocked me unconscious with iron rods and took me away. When I came to, I was inside a burlap sack.
Damn you, you murderer! We didn't come after you and you had the nerve to come back!
Give me back my daughter's life! She was 19, she just started college! You animal!
You owe us so many lives. Cutting you into 1,000 pieces wouldn't be enough.
You're in our hands now! We want blood for blood!
99 blows. I lost consciousness and was doused awake again and again. The rays of water closed in from every direction. The suffocation wrapped around me like a fist. Just as I read these pages, two strong hands closed around me.